to an early 3rd and 10.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Burrow looking to pass. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. From the corner, it was Kendall Fuller with a sack. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he fields it cleanly.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. 1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders.
At their own 44.
On 1st down, Hal.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel.
On the move past the 40.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Logan Wilson that time there to bring him down.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 13 yards there on a Washington first. Foul to the air on 1st and 10. That's out to the flat for Gibson.
Touchdown!
Antonio Gibson.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Here we go. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. His throw incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Burrow will throw. And this one is incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
On 1, ready?
Burrow going for it on 4th. And he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they wind up getting 13 there on fourth down.
It's a gain of 13, and how about that? They're able to convert on 4th and 10. Now Burrow on first down.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase, complete.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 more there and another first down. Again, it's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
On third down, Burrow.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
This to McLaurin out on the left side.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. For the play fake, and now here's how to throw it.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. B.J. Hill, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
Throwing here, Howell. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Going for it on 4th. Here's Howell. That one is slant to McLaurin.
Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 34 yards.
And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it's now 14-0.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
And the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
They'll go play action. Howell. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
On 2nd and 10, Howell. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. On the give, here's Robinson.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 29-yard line. Off play action. It's Howell.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Howell, another throw on 2nd down. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll run with Gibson. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Hand off now to Robinson. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So here we go, 4th down, Howell.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Bengals are going to get the football back.
There we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again.
Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts.
So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Sometimes that's the danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
And whistle blown, a timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. It's just their first, so they'll have two remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he's going to have a first down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Here we go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now it's Burrow. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time. And going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper and 2nd down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Second down. Howell now.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 24 yards.
Robinson is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game, so they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 21-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Hey, we gotta go score.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far. Good second half. And sometimes, I guess, maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time having grabbed their staffs at halftime and said, guys, they're playing really well. Don't go in there and give them a whole lot of stuff. Just pat them on the back. And essentially the speech at halftime is, let's go, guys, and that's it.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Another try for Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Hayden Hurst, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. So that, Charles, their first score of the ball game, obviously, coming here in the third quarter is... enough to energize the troops.
It's a great question, and we'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for 2 here. They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. Now a timeout called for by the offense. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they've burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the 4th quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll run again here with Robinson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Washington on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Faking the handoff, Howell. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Now I'll try to pick it up on 3rd. And yet again, it's McLaurin. He's got room at the 30. Touchdown, Washington! Terry McLaurin with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position.
I'm the best, and you know, and I got it, on my own. Get my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best, and you know, and I got it, on my own. Get my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. For the park and they know I'm impressive. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking a from my who ain't heavy. I'm the best, and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching, but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call her. Working big, and it don't hurt to break, 'cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know he missed the know I got him running to it. I'ma need the full amount before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run a like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, and I got it, on my own. Get my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best, and I got it, on my
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Washington Commanders and the Los Angeles Rams. And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Mayfield on play action. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
As they gain 7, brings up 3rd and 3.
Mayfield to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on third down. And third down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a fourth down.
Fourth down, Mayfield. They'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he is going to have the Rams first down. It's a gain of 12 on fourth. A big pickup of 12 yards on fourth down to keep this drive from stalling.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
First down, Mayfield. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Mayfield to throw for it on fourth. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, the turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
Well, go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down. For the play fake, and now here's Hal to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield. But they never did.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington. Well, Charles, it's early, but that's a key third down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. They just pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot at the end zone because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. On first down, Howell checks this one down to Robinson. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. The ball situated at the 9, second and goal. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Howell, third and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. but they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now.
From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here.
Sly able to put this one through, and the Commanders get out to a 3-0 lead. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there, all the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Their second drive here in the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there that last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They need to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste.
20.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown.
That's a tough spot as a quarterback, Charles. You want to get rid of it, but you see what can happen when you do try to get rid of it with pressure.
Yeah, and how about the pressure coming without them having to blitz? That's when you know things are clicking for your defense. And the end result, they end up gaining 6 points.
Rams, nothing. Joey Sly to kick off for the Commanders.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here's Mayfield.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. This one finding the hands of Brandon Powell. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he is going to bring this one back to the house. It's a Commanders touchdown on the scoop and score.
And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. From the 27, Mayfield. Open is Powell. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
Jonathan Allen breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Mayfield.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Mayfield with it once more. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Mayfield looks to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down.
And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get position for at least 3 points.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Powell throwing on third down here. Looking for the crossing receiver, and he's got him. It's Samuel.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts,
as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Powell to the air on 1st and 10. It returns it right back to Samuel.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell.
And that is incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
To throw on 2nd and 10.
Powell. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
That's a big force of conversion there to bring up 3rd and long. And this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal. Because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners. And they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
Four seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Second half begins with a run by Robinson.
A solid stiff arm. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. But pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Mayfield on first down. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield under pressure. They got him again. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Open man is Skoranek. He's got it. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take over here up near the 40. That's back-to-back drives that have looked pretty good. The offense was moving the ball, but in both cases, the defense comes up with a big INT.
My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we hit it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. Tell them line it up like a 4th and 1 we never gon' get no ice. And all we want is chips, ring fingers looking ice. My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. See, we came up from the bottom, me and squad got it. And we made it through them problems, now it's God body. We eat, sleep, breathe this. Wave till they see sick. Do it right the first time, they all try to remix. Yeah, they grinded, but we grinded if tell them they time is ticking. But we time a fish. Bet not leave them in.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Washington Commanders. The veteran Joey Sly set to get us started, and we are underway in our nation's capital. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Kamara. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, got to carry the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Dalton. He gets this one to Johnson. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs.
Let's go.
The slot man in motion right. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself, thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you got to go back in reverse, come up with...
Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, 29 yards. And the Commanders are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up, and they gave the touchdown that was just given up.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time lucky. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, and he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the first down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there.
Off play action. It's Howell.
And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Another try after the first down sack. Howell. Thomas brings it in. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 16. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
On 1st down, Howell. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Commanders are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. On the move past the 40. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Saints. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They start on the ground with Robinson here.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Off the option, here's Robinson. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So here we go, 4th down, Howell. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Dalton. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Play fake. Here's Dalton. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Dalton. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly. But, man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's 1st down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. They go play action with Howell. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. They'll run here with Robinson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground,
they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Like the footwork back there, I thought you did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
On 3rd down, Robinson.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And the half will begin with a touchback.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, in the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
They'll go play action. Howell.
And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. A great return there. .2 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work.
Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
Let's see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing incompletion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
And based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
They'll try on fourth. Here's Dalton. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. That would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run right on the option. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 13 yards there on a Washington first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Faking the handoff. Howell.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Marcus Davenport able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Third and long, here's Howell. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
That pick hurts a little extra because it was third down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Dalton hovering near the goal line. Here's Johnson with a reception. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 46 yards. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there. That wasn't enough to get him to completion.
The Saints on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Andy Dalton. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Play action now. Dalton. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Court Holcomb. And the Commanders are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
58 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Powell. That's Samuel, caught left side. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Powell running right on the option.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
2nd down. Howell now.
Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Robinson up the middle.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Going for it on fourth. Here's Howell. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Dalton. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Now Dalton.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here's Dalton.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. A really nice knockdown. He has so much pressure in these situations on defensive backs. What are they taught?
Play the ball, not the man. Because if you have a pass interference penalty in this spot, boy, oh boy, you put your team in a bad place.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going. And I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Big 4th down here. It's Dalton.
Got an open man. It's Olave.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays up in quick succession if they can.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. 3rd and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both, because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been...
And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A big spot now for the Saints as they'll indeed go for 2. Dalton wants to throw. Incomplete.
I know there's some time on the clock, but I still think you kick the extra point there and don't go for 2 and go for the win in that spot.
Yeah, time or no time, why not just take the run and even the score?
And then that way, no matter what, at least you know what you're dealing with now. It's a whole different strategy. You got to decide whether you're going to onside kick or just try and play defense and get the ball back.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
That one is slant to McLaurin.
Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
It's a gain of 7, and that should just about do it. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
They go play action with Howell. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Howell. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away.
Howell will keep this on the option.
And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is up to 8.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door. Maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before. A couple laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.